Where love is, God is. Now this story is about a cobbler, and he reads on to the Bible and he waits that God will come to him. Let's see what is there. In a certain town there lived a cobbler, Martin Evdick. He had a tiny room in a basement, the one window of which looked out on the street. Through it one could only see the feet of those who passed by. But Martin recognized the people by their boots. Why? Because he was a cobbler and he had made boots for many of the people. There was hardly a pair of boots in the neighborhood that had not been once or twice through his hands, so he often saw his own handiwork through the window. He had plenty to do, for he worked well, used good material, did not charge too much, and could be relied on. So he was well known and never short of work. This shows that he was a very good artist and he gave the right work and he never charged too much. That means he was very reliable. While he still worked for a master before he set up on his own account, his wife had died, leaving him a 3-year-old son. None of his elder children had lived. They had all died in infancy. Now his wife died, but he had a 3-year-old son, and his elder children didn't live because they died in infancy. Martin left his master and went into his lodgings with his little son, but he had no luck with his children. No sooner had the baby boy reached an age when he could help his father and be a support as well as a joy to him, then he fell ill, and after being laid up for a week with a burning fever, he died. Now this child also died. Martin buried his son and gave way to despair so great and overwhelming that he murmured against God. He was so upset with all these happenings that he started speaking against God. In his sorrow he prayed again and again that he too might die, reproaching God for having taken the son he loved, his only son, while he was remained alive. After that, Martin also let off going to church. That means he stopped going to the church and he prayed that he should also die. One day, an old man from Martin's native village, who had been a pilgrim for the last 8 years, called in on his way from the Troista monastery. The man was a pilgrim and he was doing pilgrimage from the last 8 years, and he was going to Troista monastery this time. Martin opened his heart to him and told him of his sorrow. I no longer wish to live, holy man, he said. All I ask God is that I soon may die. I am now quite without hope in the world. He told his sorrow to that old man. He said that I don't want to live and I also want to die because I don't have any hope. The old man replied, you have no right to say such things, Martin. We cannot judge God's ways. Not our reasoning but God's will decide. If God willed that your son should die and you should live, it must be best so. As to your despair that comes, you wish to live for your own happiness. Now, the old man says that you don't have any right to say such things. That means you should not say such things. We should not judge God for his actions. If he willed that particular thing should be done, that only must be the best thing. Okay? Further, he says that why you are upset, because you wish to live for your own happiness. That means आप अपनी खुशी के लिए ही जीना चाहते हो, इसलिए आपको दुख होता है. What else one should live for? asked Martin. He says that for what other thing I should live? For God, Martin, said the old man. He gives you life and you must live for him. Martin was silent a while and then asked, but how is one to live for God? The old man answered, can you read? But then buy the gospel and read them. There you will see how God would have you live. Now he says that if you can read, then buy the gospel and read it, and then you will know how to live for God. These words sank deep into Martin's heart, and that same day he went and bought himself a testament in large print and began to read. At first he meant only to read on holidays, but having once begun, he found it made his heart so light that he read every day. His life became peaceful and joyful. Now he went and bought the testament and he began to read. First he used to read on holidays, but when he felt his heart so light, he started reading every day. His life became peaceful and joyful. It happened once that Martin sat up late, absorbed in his book. He read in Luke's Gospel, give to every man that asks thee, and yet would that man do to you. do ye also them likewise. That means give to everyone who asks you, and don't ask him what he takes away. You are good to give them back. That means when you are giving someone something, you should not ask them back, and that's where you would do so to them. When Martin read these words, his soul was glad within him. He tried his own life by the standard of those words. He came to the part where a rich Pharisee invited the Lord to his house but did not receive him well.